want to know your opinion on the word diet because I have a disdain for the word diet. If you actually go into Webster's dictionary and look at what diet means, it's the habitual consumption of living organisms.
Yeah.
And then if you go and you kind of break that down and you look at habitual is defined as something essentially that's really hard to break. Like a habit means that something that you do repeatedly, almost unconsciously, and it's really hard to break. And so then, okay, I take that and then I look at the modern way that people use the word diet, and it really isn't that at all. There's nothing habitual about it. Mm-mm. And it's oftentimes, we just jump on whatever the next bandwagon is. And so I'm like, how many bandwagons has there been? So I was born in 1987. I've heard about a new one ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
And I started going back and researching, and over the last 99 years, starting out the apple cider vinegar diet or whatever 100 years ago, you've had everything from the Mediterranean to the Atkins to the Cindy Crawford to there's this willingness by society, I think up until maybe social media got here, there's this willingness of society to just listen to journalists when it comes to what quote unquote diets they should be adhering to. And it's like, what is a journalist? No offense to journalism, but they're very important. Yeah. It's like, but like, where do you get the letters after your name to say that a glass of red wine every night is a good diet? Like, where do you get the letters after your name to say that, that cholesterol in eggs is the downfall of, is the main ingredient in heart attacks? Like, so when it comes to, nutrition, what we try to say here at Burn is don't make a change to your diet that you don't at least intend, that you don't have the intentions of keeping forever. Like, don't just start something knowing that you're going to stop it. And so as I think through that philosophy, I'm like, okay, well, maybe potentially this could be a time where that philosophy could be modified in postpartum, but you're saying maybe not so much. You were saying maybe get a little bit more fat, but you should always get good fat and you should always stay hydrated. So if you do have a really healthy diet, a habitual consumption of food, and you feel good and your blood work is good and all that, like, do you really have to change it all that much? If you're is there an extra need for an extra hydration? If you're just like normally hydrated, we say get your 100 ounces of water a day, get your 100 grams of protein a day. If you're generally speaking doing those two things, as you and I know, you do those two things like at the minimum. Obviously we can go off the baseline and can be more contextual from there, but 100 G's of protein and 100 Z's, we call it, of water or ounces of water. So is that okay going into breastfeeding? Do you need to up it? Do you want to do more? Tell me how I'm wrong in terms of my philosophy. Like, don't add something to your diet you don't intend on keeping forever.
Well, I would say a couple things. One, that, I love that that's the philosophy here. And that's what we talk about in our nutrition program too, but most people don't get that, right? So I think that sometimes in the pre and postnatal period, that is all of a sudden we're thinking about something different. And so some people tend to get more intentional about it. So it is a good time to get into those habits. I do think you need more water, more hydration during breastfeeding, because we know that breastfeeding really dehydrates you. And again, your body is in recovery mode. So you need that in terms of like inflammation and things that are healing.
Do you have like a prescriptive amount so if I'm breastfeeding, I can take in X amount of ounces more than I normally would?
I mean, I would say, it's the like half your ounces in body weight and then some, like we would say for workouts. So I think 100 is a great goal, but the other thing I would say is that we also know that if you are breastfeeding, that you do need more calories. I mean, for a long time, there was that prescriptive, like 500 more calories a day, or, the thing that we kind of don't say anymore of like, well, you're eating for two, because people can take that to the extreme, or, that's not really what's happening.
That means 2 Whopper meals from Burger King. 2 of them. I got a baby now. I'm eating for 2.
Right. Exactly. That's where people get in trouble but it is really listening to your body. And, again, like I was surprised both times when I was breastfeeding at how hungry I was and how thirsty I was. So knowing like, normally, I just ate an hour ago and I ate high protein, and normally I would feel good at this point, but I'm hungry. I'm going to take that as a cue that my body is working hard and to to create this breast milk, to nourish this baby, to heal my body, and to sustain everything that I'm doing in life. So yeah. So, I mean, it's hard to do because we've kind of gotten away from that. Like you need X amount more calories during this point. Cause for a long time it was like first trimester this and second and third. I think now it's much more of like listening to your body, trusting your body to tell you, okay, I am feeling thirsty. I know I need to drink more water. And like we would say in life, like pre-hydrating, like knowing, okay, I'm going to wake up really thirsty. So when I'm up at night with the baby, I'm going to make sure that I'm hydrating. When I'm, like throughout the day, I'm going to be hydrating versus just when I feel thirsty. Right. So yeah. So a lot of it is very similar to what we would do, but I do think you have a little bit more awareness and a little bit more intention during that time of, and especially if you're someone, and I was really lucky, I didn't have a lot of struggles with milk supply, maybe because I was eating all the time, but, a lot of people will, that's a question that comes up a lot. Like, how do I increase my milk supply? I want to continue breastfeeding, or I'm seeing a dip. And if you're exercising during that time, which I hope that you are, your body's also burning through more. So knowing that you need more of that for breastfeeding, for sustaining everything else. So certainly not overeating, but not undereating. I think that's again, as women, we've been trained to eat less. And especially if you're at a time when your body feels very different than maybe what you're used to, don't go that route. Like nourish your body, listen to your body. And yeah, if that means adding more than what you would normally do, you absolutely should.
So just so I'm clear on this, I hear you saying that the basal metabolic rate during every phase, right, is increased, and therefore, in order for you to maintain muscle mass, you need to compensate for that. So, okay, no, that's interesting. So if I were to ask you, we have about 2,000 trainers in Bird Nation, and
awesome.
We all kind of aligned on what is the baseline to make sure that we both know most people are lost when it comes to nutrition. Like you said, the Google jungle out there, like there's 15 contradictions for every truth.
Right.
And so we just try to keep it very, very simple. Yeah. It's like if the first step you can get to is 100 G's and 100 Z's, 100 ounces of water, 100 grams of protein, and you can do that. It sounds like if you are already doing that going in, then there probably isn't much need to change. You're going to already be giving your body an ample amount. Yeah. But it's usually like let's be real. Like,
most of us are not getting that.
maybe the Burn Boot Camp community might skew a little bit higher because we've been preaching it for so long. Yeah. But generally speaking, in public, like almost nobody sees 100 grams of protein in a day. Yeah. They'll come to you and be like, I've been eating protein all day long. It's like, how many grams? Yeah. Or like, tell me your sources. Right. And they're like 2 hard-boiled eggs, a protein shake, and 4 ounces. I'm like, it's like a 60. Yeah.
And when you look at now newer recommendations just on protein in general, it's higher. I mean, it is like, we need to eat more. We need to, so then you think during pregnancy and postpartum, like we need more than that, it doesn't have to be extreme, but and I think that's, that's what you guys have done so well, is create that community where that is a lifestyle. And that's, hopefully where we all can get to be, and recognizing that there's gonna be, it's a journey. So there's gonna be times when things are different and you're gonna be super busy and you're gonna feel off your game, but that's okay. Yeah. That's part of the process. Yeah.
Well, I've got something fun for us to do real quick. And then I have many more questions for you to go through. But given that we're on protein right now, Burn Boot Camp is released. We have this product called Afterburn. Yes. And all right, this is my plug for the day. Oh, okay. So check it out. This is Afterburn, everybody, and we do seasonal flavors. All right. So we have our staple: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, both in whey and in plant. And this is a grass-fed whey version of our pina colada flavor. Ooh, all right, and I brought some for you.
Oh, yay.
You want to try some with me?
I would love to try it.
All right, this is out this month, Burn Nation. So pick up pina colada at your gym. Yeah. Or you can pick it up online. But we are going to try some right now. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Have you gotten your protein in for the day already?
I tried this morning.
How many grams of protein are you trying to get in today overall?
I mean, I do aim for that 100 at least.
Okay. Is that for real? Is that like
that is what I try?
Okay,
yeah,
good.
but I will say, based on our dietitian and our staff dietitian, that, I was aiming for that 30 grams at breakfast, which is very important. And now she's recommending more, which is very hard. And it is very hard you're like, that's a lot of food. So I've been trying for that, but sometimes it's tough.
Okay.
Oh, this looks good.
Smells
good.
I started my fitness journey post baseball. I played baseball with the San Francisco Giants organization in the minor leagues. And as a pitcher, you don't really lift for hypertrophy.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It's internal, external rotations. It's all like sports specific stuff. Trying to take care of your rotator cuff.
Right.
So when I got released, I was like, I'm going to be a meathead. Yeah. Cause I couldn't bench press,
Yeah.
And so I ended
Too risky.
Yeah. I ended up getting a job at Lifestyle Family Fitness down in Naples, Florida. And I learned from, he's a buddy of mine today. His name's Pete. And Pete taught me all the bodybuilder stuff.
Yeah.
These guys were doing like 350 grams of protein in a day. And like, that's hard for anybody. And I'm not even sure the science around if that's too much or not, or if that's overload. But, I try to get about, and what do you think about this? I try to get about because I'm in a normal body fat range.
Yeah.
I try to get about 2 times my, 2 times 2 grams of protein for every pound of body weight that I have.
Yeah, I think that's probably right
that's
for you.
hard.
It's hard.
I rarely do it. That's like 350, 400, and I'm never there.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
That's a lot. I mean, I think, you look at what's happening in your body too. Like, you're clearly able to maintain muscle. And if you feel good in your workouts, cheers. All right, let's try it. Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
It's creamy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this water, y'all? Was this with water or almond milk? Almond milk?
I love
a little almond milk.
That is good.
Imagine this on like with like in a smoothie with like a little umbrella and a little pineapple.
I was just gonna say, we need
You want
some
a
fruit
little rum in there?
I mean, I would do it.
You need a little rum in there?
What time is it?
It's a nice poolside drink.
Yeah. No, that's really good. And I would say too, like, sometimes things feel too heavy, especially right after a workout. And that's pretty light. Like, you're getting the stuff that you need, but it's not going to sit on your stomach or feel like you're, chugging, like really having a hard time getting it in.
Yeah, we just try to like make it straightforward. Our brand, our members have a lot of trust in our brand. And so, what makes us different is the things that we want to own. And so Burn Nutrition, I developed the very first afterburn canister of protein back in, we weren't even a franchise yet. It was back in like the early days, because I knew my members would go to like GNC and just like pick some like garbage off the shelf.
And it is the Wild West in that supplement world.
Yeah.
So you got to know your source.
So as a trusted brand, we're like, you know what? Yeah. Let's make sure that we provide the best products that we could possibly make. And so, this is our seasonal afterburn flavor.
I like it.
Pina colada.
It's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Thanks. And you guys, I told her not to blow smoke if she didn't like it. Just
I would tell you.
Spit it out all over the.
Listen, I am notorious for being a very picky eater with most things. So like, there are a lot of things I would not be able to hide it if I didn't like it. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really good.
let me wash it away.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was really good. I liked it.
Okay, good. Certified, approved by Amy,
nice.
guys.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.